in this world. Being human and being wrong. Everyone keeps telling me to grow up fast, and that is so tough. You run my head around it. Your idea rules, ego tripping too. We do people know we're in this world, and we're surviving. Getting through anything, stay alive. Hate is one, make it hard. Worthless game that never wins. We're coming to stop this in the end. 何が正しくて何が間違っているんだ。僕はただここで生きてると叫びたいだけ。I have voices going my mind tonight. I will never give up on this way anymore. No panic can stop me. This is the way I am. I execute you, drop dead, baby. Yeah. So this is the way I am. Yeah.
All right, welcome back to Hentai Prison, and let's continue where we left off. It's quiet in the damn ward. Only the half-dead rattle breathing can be heard. I wonder if, yeah, I guess everyone's so half-dead that even if Chisato and Minato are doing it, they just couldn't even, they can't even like react because they're so desperate to try to survive. Or some of them already got insane. Here, people go mad in about a month. I just said that. Ish. 4 weeks I've already been here have been gnawing away at me. I can barely see anything anymore. The sensation in my body has disappeared, but the silence is shattered by the sound of boots.
そろそろお休みの時間は終了ですよ。
What? Julia? Why is Julia here? I told Izumi that it was a matter of willpower. It seems that was true after all. I clenched my fists. I should have had no strength left.
ご準備はよろしいかしら。
Of course, I respond. Oh, Julia's here. Ooh.
行くわよ、夏美。
はい。
This time, I intend to play personally. The risk may be greater, but counter counting is something only I can do. I tried it with the other guards in the Tokubetsu Kibitai, but they were a bunch of idiots who couldn't put it into practice. And if it's my own money at stake, I can't trust anyone else.
失礼。
When we open the door, the pseudo casino is bustling with activity. My body tenses up as we are recognized. A familiar face approaches from the back.
おお、これは夕顔監視長先生がお見えなすった。こんな時間まで取り締まりとは、そこまで仕事熱心だとは思わなんだよ。
いいえ、今日は違うわ。客として来たのよ。それとも監視長はルーレットの一つも回させてはもらえないのかしら。
Well, we know which kanchicho is that.
もちろん結構です。うちらはギャンブルの前では平等を歌ってるんだ。その代わりに忖度もないがな。
But, she really took the bait, man. She took the bait. She was someone who'd never gamble. But I guess she got too greedy.
結構。
それで何がご所望だい？チンチロ、長半、ルーレット、バカラ、ポーカー。ここには何でもある。
そうね。じゃあブラックジャックにしようかしら。
ブラックジャック。
昔論文発表で行った海外で何回かやったことがあるの。ルールを知ってるものじゃないと面倒でしょ。
Presented my thesis overseas. Huh. Anyway. The mention of blackjack makes Taika look suspicious.
それとも何か困ることでも？
But it's impossible to decline my request to sit down. No matter how much she investigates me, she won't find any information about me being knowledgeable about gambling. The truth is, I simply don't like gambling.
どいてな。この客人の相手は私がする。
喜んで。
It seems she intends to take on my challenge. Number 0019 takes the dealer's position and looks at me once again.
さあどうぞ。プレイヤー席に。
その前に一つ確認しておきたいのだけれど。
Once you sit here, it means you're ready to begin the game. But before that, there's one thing that must be clarified.
ここは青天井だと聞いているのだけれど。
こちら側の都合で勝負を終わらせるということは一部の例外を除いてない。昔かたぎの賭場を標榜していてね。
そう。最近どうも刺激が足りなくてね。バカな飼い猫を一匹可愛がりすぎて処分してしまったせいかしら。
何が言いたい？
生半可な勝負だと私興奮できないのよ。だから本当の意味で限界までしましょう。どうかしら。
Getting her to accept this term will be the biggest challenge for me.
大口を叩くんだ。それなりの種銭は持ってきてるんだろうな。
ええ、もちろん。夏美。
She takes an attaché case out from beside me and opens it wide.
5000万パコル。これで足りるかしら。
What they want to avoid is an influx of fuck Paco from elsewhere that they don't control.
難しいようであれば別の賭場へ向かうつもりだけれど。
So this 50 million Paco is a real prize. She wants to squeeze it out of me if she can.
その勝負を受けてやってもいい。だが代わりに条件がある。
何かしら？
親側にもサレンダーを認めろ。
Surrender is the player's right to acknowledge defeat in exchange for having the payment. If I allow it, I won't be able to squeeze it out of them at the crucial moment.
サレンダーは認められないわね。そちらが有利すぎる。
I want to eliminate any uncertainty. If surrender were allowed for the house, I might miss out on making a profit with a crucial move.
それとも賭博をなりわいとしていた組長さんでもギャンブル経験がほとんどない看守と戦うのは怖いのかしら。
抜かすなよ。そしたら旗への大門背負ってんだ。ならカードがなくなった時点で終了というルールにしろ。いつまでも長々とやられちゃこっちも商売上がったりだからな。
Adding cards in the middle would render card counting useless. In that sense, ending the game when the deck is depleted would be a very favorable bet for me.
結構よ。
It's all going just as Kikaku. I think to myself, as I manage to hold back my smug smile.
青天井ルールでこちらが資金をすべて見せたのよ。そちらも見せるのが礼儀じゃないかしら。
おい、持ってこい。
At the signal from the girl, the thug behind her starts running. A group of 5 men bring in cardboard boxes, and in front of me is a pile of banknotes worth about 300 million
こ
parkour.
れで満足か。
ええ、どうも。
My heart rate suddenly rises. If I can get my hands on this, the prison will be mine.
それじゃあ席に着きましょう。
Dozens of my loyal puppy dogs from the Tokubetsu baby type, who were waiting in the wings, rush in and surround the table. Finally, Natsumi sits next to number 0019.
悪く思わないでちょうだい。敵陣地に勝ち込みをかけているんだもの。自分の身を守るのは当然でしょ。
神聖なる塔にどういうつもりだこれ。
よしな。 手を出すな。
They must have a plan in place anyway, for the case that we try to take it all by force. After all, they need to protect their stash, no matter what it costs them, right?
それにイカ様なんて疑われるとお互いに寝覚めが悪いでしょ。
In that case, it's best to take it fair and square. Gambling, face to face. She clicks her tongue softly and takes out 6 decks of cards. Brand new decks, still shrink wrapped. She opens them and skillfully shuffles the cards.
最後に混ぜてくれ。ええ。
And finally, Natsumi mixes them thoroughly, creating a state where cheating is absolutely impossible.
カードはこの半透明の箱に入れる。現枚数が分かると何かと勝負に集中できないだろうからな。
There's no sign that any cards are being concealed. It is undoubtedly impossible to cheat here.
ルールを改めるぞ。勝負はブラックジャック。青天井ルールで制限は設けない。ブラックジャックは21よりも強い。そして世にあるルール通り、手役が引き分けの場合は親の総取りとする。
ええ。
ここからカードが出てこなくなった時点で勝負は終了。勝負の途中だった場合、続行不能として中止にする。
結構いい。
All this thoroughness must mean that she's being highly cautious of me.
さあ、それじゃあゲームスタートだ。
But even if the deck becomes invisible, that's not a problem for me. As long as I remember everything, it doesn't matter. At first, I keep losing. A 7 of heart and an 8 of diamonds. A total of 15. The dealer is showing 9.
ヒット。
I slam the table.
スペードの7、22でバースト、150万パコル没収だ。
Even when I play according to my strategy, I often end up losing. The girl having regained her composure and remains calm. Calm, even when I win.
どうやらとあるカジノでは立ちっぱなしのディーラーへのチップなんてものもあるらしい。
囚人が立ち仕事なのは当然でしょ。
そりゃそうだ。
She casually makes a lighthearted remark.
最近すっかり冷え込んできたもんだな。
あら、貴様らは随分溜め込んで懐が温かいと思っていたけれど。
違いない。だが監視塔は冷暖房完備なんだろ。
量だから値段も格安よ。けれど高いフロアはダメね。潮風が冷たすぎるから。
監視長様だけが体験できる寒さなんだ。悪いもんでもねえだろうさ。
Number 0019 has been constantly talking to me. Is she suspecting me of counting or bluffing? Either way, it doesn't matter. I can still do the math. The count is -1 and 40 cards have been dealt. We're at another -1. I use the basic strategy. A 9 and an 8, so 17. It's not too bad. If the dealer's hand is 6, even if she draws a 10-pointer, she still had to hit again, increasing the chances of busting.
スタンド。
ヒット3、ヒット4、ヒット6、19で終了だ。
This makes it 15 losses in a row. In a row? But I know it. My remaining parkour have depleted down to 22 million. I want to tell her not to look at me like that. There's nothing to worry about. The real game starts when the deck gets smaller. After that, I continue to win some and lose some. But I keep losing at crucial moments. And before I know it, only 100 cards are left in the deck. And we're down to the last third.
今日はいい日だ。え？そうは思わないかい先生。
さてどうかしらね。
The count is +7. It's heavily skewed towards the positive
さ
side.
て、ネクストゲームだ。
I managed to do well up to this point, as intended. Both my parkour and the deck have been reduced without raising any suspicions. There doesn't seem to be any scrutiny. The entire Kebitai have been monitoring every mood, but they believe there's no possibility of cheating. Now, it's time to start the plan.
ベッド1000万パコル
I place a stack of bills on the
ノー
table.
モアベッド
No more better. And the cards are dealt. The first is a 10, and the second card is
これは
クラブのエースでブラックジャック 2.5 倍の支払いね
yes, just as I thought. My method is not wrong. For there, my momentum is unstoppable. I suddenly start winning with a technique I have been saving for this time.
ダブルダウン500万パコル追加
My parkour, which had been disappearing, now keeps increasing.
スタンド親のバーストでこちらの勝ちよ
If there is a chance for a comeback, I take it.
サレンダー半額返金ね
If the odds are bad, I quickly withdraw. I keep piling up wins. First 6 in a row, then 7.
おい
Oh, now they're suspecting her. The suspicious number 0019 gives a signal from behind, but it's already too late. In 10 minutes, this will all be over.
スプリットおやおや数えで21だわ
And just like that, I quickly make up for my previous losses. Before I know it, I've increased my parkour to 60 million. The girl is turning green, as befits her age. Indeed, the deck is still filled with 10-point cards and aces after my early losses. And if they're still in there now, then I definitely have the advantage. My counting method is not wrong.
もしかしたら今日はいい日なのかもしれないわね
ああそうかもしれねえな
But the truth is, I don't have time to be so carefree. After already going through another 20 cards, there are only 14 left. We're down to just 2 games.
一服しないか喉が渇いて仕方がねえんだ
結構よゲームが面白くって何も感じないの
I've only won 30 million so far, for a total of 80 million parkour. That's nowhere near the other side's 290 million. If I don't win big next, this battle is meaningless.
フリーズベッ
The count is now +8. This is where the real game begins.
ベッド6000万パコル
Damn, 3/4 of her fucking. Even the girl gasped at the considerable bet.
ドいいのかいせっかく楽しく遊んでたのにその金額を失ったら笑顔のままじゃ帰れねえぞ
所詮は博打で勝った金よなら派手に散っても面白いでしょ
しかしその額は
それとも青天井という文句には偽りあり
A +8. Count means the player has a significant advantage, and it means the dealer is at a disadvantage. If I don't bet big here, it's meaningless.
ノーモアベッド
The dealer deals the cards clockwise. Natsumi's first card is a Jack of Hearts. I have an Ace of Cards. The girl has a 10 of Clubs. And my second card is
おやおやまさかここでクイーンを引き当てるとはね
I drew a Queen. That's Blackjack. Natsumi considering the next game stands. Then the dealer reveals her second face down card. The card she draws is a Jack, giving her a total of 20.
ブラックジャックの勝利だおい
From her underling's hand, the parkour piles up next to me. Now I have 150 million. Parkour. I'm close to their total assets now.
すっごい
Every cell in my body wants to let out a cheer. If I could, I would burst into a roar of laughter. But I still had to restrain myself. not show any signs. I don't know, man. You're already at the point of very suspicious, man. Because it's kind of obvious the last 2 games are kind of like you're straight up winning, man. So it's kind of obvious. I think you should go, at this point you should cut the losses, man. Like, it's so obvious that you're trying to win.
悪いわね。運がいいだけの勝ち方をしてしまって。
Number 0019 seems irritated, occasionally sending glances behind her. But it's already too late. Catching cheating only works if you can do it before the game is over. By the time you little fools are certain, the game will long since be over. Any accusations after that will amount to nothing more than a disgruntlement of a sore loser. Alright, okay, oh yeah, there's that factor. Okay, so they couldn't figure out less than the amount of time they need. And the next game will use up the last of the cards.
フリーズベッド
Even though I've already won a good amount, having the same amount as these guys doesn't sit well with me. In this final round, I'll take it all.
7500万パコル。
But even so, I have to win through logic. That's what I advised myself. Losing half the money wouldn't hurt, and I'll still be up 25 million. The card is a dealt. Natsumi's first card is a 10 of diamonds. The card is a 6 of spades. The dealer has a king of clubs. Next, Natsumi's dealt a jack of clubs. And I received a 10 of diamonds. And now I've got a terrible hand. With 16 against the dealer's king, I surrender. Surrender is the recommended move.
なかなか厳しそうな手役じゃないか。いよいよ月ってやつからも見放されたかい？
The girl says this to me, her face slightly recovered. That's right. From their perspective, it doesn't matter if I surrender. Half of 75 million parkour is 37.5 million. If it ends there, I'll walk away with 12.5 million of my money. So I take a deep breath and concentrate. For the 9 cards that were left, there are now only 4. And the running count has dropped to 0. It's truly a disadvantageous situation to say the least. That's when I finally realize the count always adds up to 0 no matter what. With the 4 remaining cards, there are only a few possible combinations. 10 to ace, 2 cards. 7 to 9, no cards. 2 to 6, 2 cards. 10 to ace, 0 cards. 7 to 9, 4 cards. 2 to 6, no cards. 10 to ace, 1 card. 7 to 9, 2 cards. 2 to 6, 1 card. Only these 3 patterns. It seems like I got too worked up. That's right. I have an absolute advantage in this final match. Only I accurately know the number of cards. Even if I choose to surrender, I want a little more information.
Natsumi.
はい。
Natsumi hits. And the card that comes out is a jack of
こ
diamonds.
れでそちらさんはバーストだ。
And now the count is -1. Sumari, the remaining possibilities are 10 to ace, 1 card. 2 to 6, 2 cards. Or 10 to ace, no cards. 7 to 9, 2 cards. 2 to 6, 1 card. Just these patterns.
次はどうするんだい先生？
From a strategic standpoint, surrendering here would be the standard move. Collect half of my bet and end the game. And never gamble here again.
葉月さん。
Would I be satisfied with 37.5 million parkour, even though it would reduce my winnings? Is that enough? No way.
ダブルダウン。
I'm already on the verge of reaching it. If I reach out my hand using this mountain of money as a foothold,
合計1億5000万パコル。
I will reach 250 million. The number needed to take away all the remaining hidden parkour.
正気か？ 16にダブルダウンとは。
ええ、鬼が出るか蛇が出るか、ここで試してみるのも悪くない。
This isn't a game I can't win. If it's between 2 and 5, I won't die. The probability, even in the worst case scenario, is 1/3. It's definitely not impossible. It's not an impossible number to get. I can't help but let out my voice.
まさかここでピンポイントを引くとはね。
The card that I was dealt was a 5 of clubs, which means my total is 21.
まさか。
The girl is speechless, and rightfully so, because she lost a game that she should have won if I followed the standard strategy. This was a method that I could only consider because I had kept track of the exact number of cards. And in the end, I won the gamble.
ええ、今日は間違いなくいい日だわ。土壇場でこのカードを引き寄せられるんだもの。
I no longer need a strategy. I have my own winning method.
さあ、それじゃあそのカードを開けなさい。
It'll be funny if it's 21, therefore she'll lose all her money. I point at the dealer's face down card. The only way to lose with 21 is against a straight up blackjack. Sumari, unless she draws an ace, her defeat is certain.
どうしたの？まさか開けたくない理由があるわけではないでしょ。
Only one high card and one low card remain in the deck, and the probability of high card being an ace is extremely low. There's no way there's one still hiding in there. It can't be. I notice that my hands are sweating. My heart rate is increasing, and the sound of my heartbeat is loud in my ears. How annoying. I don't like this kind of tension. Let's just get it over with.
それでは。
Hurry up and flip the card. Decide the outcome of the game.
勝負。
With my victory, everything will come to an end. I can't contain my laughter anymore. Ah, really, truly pathetic. If that card were an ace, you could have beaten me. If you could have pulled that, you would have won 150 million in parkour. Of all things you drew, a plus count. A card that is shown as 6 of spades. A 6, a card on her side of the equation. But tragically, it's not an ace.
残念だったわね。エースさえ引けていたら勝てたというのに、肝心なところで運が足りなかった。
Number 0019 keeps her face down and remains silent. This only brings me more joy.
最初にキングなんて引かなければ、そんな苦しい手にはならなかったかもしれないのにね。
If she hadn't, the outcome of the game wouldn't have been clear yet. She might have had the chance to make me draw one more card. But because she drew a king at the beginning, this is how it turned out.
貴様は所詮チンピラの王がお似合いだったということよ。
To be able to make this woman, who has always rubbed me wrong rubbed me the wrong way, me like this, I truly had to thank that boy. Now, let's see what the defeated mob boss has to say.
さあ、何か感想はあるかしら、組長さん。
I'll listen carefully.
てめえが一つ前の勝負で引いたのはクイーンだったか。確かにお似合いだって私も思ったよ。女王蜂らしい。
With her head still down, the girl continues muttering.
だがな、このキングを引いたのは 私じゃねえ。こいつを引いたのは、近い未来、プリズンを束ねると誓った男が、意地で引き寄せた強運なのさ。
はあ
What on earth is she saying? Did she lose so badly that she's delirious?
人間ってのは、不思議な生き物でな。
貴様
いくら他人を信じない輩でも、自分のたどり着いた必勝法ってのには、誰だって盲目的に信頼しちまうものなんだ。
一体何を言って
親は16以下である場合、1枚めくるルールだ。聞かせてもらおう。
She takes the last card from the deck, and then she slams the card onto the layout.
おやおや、これは面白いもんが出たもんだな。
I am at a loss for words.
これで合計21。
Orida. The card reveal is a five of hearts.
引き分けは親の総取りだったよな、夕顔先生。
Orida. She has nothing left. Sugoi. When Nakumicho opens her hand, the cards have transformed into something else.
すごいかい？
Like a Mahotsukai.
そうか。そこまで褒められると悪い気はしねえな。だがな、ボン。こんなものは手品の類だ。手癖の悪い三流のやることだよ。
Nakumicho scatters the cards on the spot.
まず、こんな手品をやらされる時点で、胴元は負けなんだ。めくれた時のリスクとは比べ物にならねえだろ。だいたい、こういった実用的な様は、隣に相方がいねえと成立しないもんの方が多いんだ。
実は隣で私が手伝っていました。
I didn't notice.
だが賭場っていうのは流動的だ。いつ誰が隣になるかなんて決められないし、リスクが高いことはやるべきじゃない。だから本物の苦労とはこいつを使う。
Nakumicho hands me a new deck of cards. What is this?
ショートデックだ。開けてみな。
I open it with a crisp sound, and new cards come out. While slamming the card and examining the contents, there's one less ace.
そういうことだ。
Nakumicho nods with satisfaction.
例えばブラックジャックなんかは10からエースが多ければ多いだけディーラー側が不利になる。一定の数字になるまでめくり続けなければならねえからな。だが逆に最初からそのあたりを抜いて有利なカード2から6まで多くしておけばこちらが有利になる。
How did you prepare this? I have obtained a large number of cards through Kugitani-san. I can't imagine that he was selling anything like this from the beginning.
私が作りました。包装は革工場でできるの。お前知ってます？
Come to think of it, I've done it before. In a way.
プリズンの施設さえあれば細工をするなんざわけねえ。だから新品として開封して客の公平性を買うんだ。
Performatively opening up a new deck of cards before the player's eyes makes it seem unlikely that there are any tricks inside. Most people would never suspect that they were tampered with in the workshop. Then why not take out more 10-point cards and aces and put in more low cards from 2 to 6?
だからさっきも言ったでしょ。イカ様っていうのは絶対にバレてはいけないんですよ。
特にカードは現物があるからな。誰かがそれを確保してたら様の証拠が明確になっちまう。
So that's how it is. I think to myself. But adding one more card wouldn't make that much of a difference. So I'm doubtful.
安心しなよ。不思議なもんでな。案外この程度のことが本物の鉄火場じゃ役に立つのさ。
I let out a surprised gasp.
葉月さん。
ありえない。
This can't be happening. There's no way my count was wrong. The previous count was -1. So the last card should have been a 10, a face card, or an ace. If it were a 10-pointer, the dealer would bust, and if it were an ace, I would win against the 17. But that's not how it is. Something is wrong.
イカ様だ。
随分と威勢よく気持ちのいいことを言ってくれるじゃないですか。
黙りなさい。懲罰棒にぶち込むわよ。
一体何の罪ですか？
イカ様を働き、刑務官を愚弄した罪よ。
ああ、おい、どうしてそんなことがわかるんだい？まさかカードを数えていたわけでもないはずなのに。
She has no bullets for this shit, man. I can't say I was. Counting cards is against the rules. I can't tell her that I was counting. It doesn't add up.
カードを改めなさい。それでわかるはずでしょう。
それは勝負中にのみ成立する言い分だ。負けた後にとやかく言うのは難癖でしかねえな。
It really worked against her. They really should have checked the cards, the newly opened cards, before the game started. But they didn't do that. That was their biggest mistake. That she trusted that the new deck of cards was fair. Actually, that is a rookie move, right? Like, anyway. I'm at a loss for words. She's using my own plan against me.
それとも先生、何かい？まさか重大犯罪棒の監視長ともあろうお方が負けた金を払わないとは言わねえよな。
奴らを拘束なさい。遵守事項違反よ。承知。
The Tokubetsu Keibitai that was on standby jumps into action.
面白い上等だ。盆中での悪さを許すほどこのハータやタヤカなまっちゃいねえ。野郎どもせいぜい歓迎してやんな。
The thugs who were waiting in the back counterattack. The recreation room is thrown into chaos in an instant. Ooh, someone shot.
私をはめたわね。
意味がさっぱりで。
坊やに言われて私をブラックジャックに誘導するよう仕向けたんでしょ。
私のせいじゃないので。私悪くないから。
この女を拷問にかけなさい、夏美。髄液を絞り取られても同じことが言えるかどうかね。
Oh, fuck, man. That hurts. Distracting your narrow, fuck.
承知しないでほしいんですが。
Oh my god. I was a fool. I was so foolish. I fell for such a simple trick. I was completely set up.
鳥羽にいた連中は全員懲罰棒にぶち込んだけれど、それだけじゃ気が収まらないわ。
When I think about it, I could have just forcefully apprehended them the moment they took out the physical parkour. There is no one in the prison who can overpower me. If I just had Natsumi by time, while I gathered the soldiers, that would have been enough. But in the end, I forgot about all that. I too was defeated by the power of gambling.
あのクソガキは。
Thanks to him, all my 50 million parkour. That boy took it all away from me.
私を騙してさぞ気分がいいことでしょうね。けれど私がそのまま金をくれてやるとでも思ったかしら。
私何も言ってませんが。
Despite everything, even though I was so absorbed in it, I am not one to leave things to chance. The total assets amount to 350 million parkour. There is still a way to take it all from them.
伏見川から連絡です。巨大な段ボールを運んだ男が建物を出ました。
When a large sum of money is involved, it naturally means that the physical parkour must be moved. Sumari, the parkour stash, which is located somewhere, must be returned to its original location. So I told them to bring it here.
そろそろ噛み癖のひどい猫を処分する時が来たわね。行くわよ、夏美。
承知。
私このままで。
In that case, I just need to chase after them and confiscate it with my authority as the kanchicho. I'll take it all from them. Yes. Everything has been arranged such that my final victory is guaranteed.
待っていなさい坊や
I feel that frustration, man. I feel that. There are ways to get into the underground everywhere, but the passage to the damn ward is only known to a limited number of people.
警備隊は全て地上に待機させたわね
地下に潜らせた人間も全て回収しました。
エレベーターを占拠しておきなさいブレーカーも有事の際に突入できるように
私は
お前も上で連中の面倒を見なさい
でも
命令よ
承知。
I hate the darkness. It makes me feel like I can see things that shouldn't exist. It reminds me of that time, my past, and that makes me nauseous. Which we already know from the other route. But still the anger boiling up from within me drives me forward. Just like when I was tormenting the sewer rat. Somewhere, I hear the sound of a man belt spinning. The ward is too quiet. I walk further inside, and there I find my target.
おやおやドブネズミちゃんちゃんと穴蔵でいい子にしてたかしら
Number 1310 curls up. It's proof that my methods of discipline are working. Oh my, she has changed quite a bit without me even realizing it.
そしてまだ正気を保っていられたこと素直に褒めてあげるわ坊や
The boy is nothing more than a rag now, leaning heavily against the iron bars. He doesn't even flinch.
そんな醜態を晒してまでスイタ子と一緒にいられてよかったわね
Just barely, he turns his face towards me.
今回はずいぶん大きな賭けに出たじゃない自分の命までベットして
Yeah, I don't mind gambling.
私は嫌いだわ自分が負ける確率のあるものは特にね
And yet you seem to enjoy it. The entertainment that came up with Casino Royale.
関係を巡らせてそんなところで這いつくばるというのはどういう気分なのかしらさぞ楽しかったでしょ
Well, not really. In reality, you were even more paranoid than I thought. Because of that personality of hers. I always thought that Kasumori would betray me. That way, it would be more beneficial for me. That's why, right before being thrown underground, I banned her from the casino. I thought she would snitch right away. If she did, who would be the most advantageous person to snitch to? Sister Julia works from behind the scenes. Sovereign is super serious, and with that being the case, the only one left, Yugao. And besides that, she's, aside from hentai dudes and my friends, she's the only one who has seen her. She would say they're hard to kiss up to. But once she realized who Yugao Sensei's teacher's pet was, without a doubt she would go to you. With weak breaths, the boy continued speaking. And then I gave you a taste of victory with roulette. I taught you the pain of losing winnings when you decided where you're around. I led you to blackjack. I taught you how to seamlessly cheat. I showed you how long it would take to be caught. I revealed to you the number of decks. Even so, you were still cautious. In reality, it should have been over much earlier. But because of that, it turned out like this. This boy is already on the verge of death. It's only natural. Normally, living in the damn ward makes a person go insane in a little over a month. Just a little electric shock would be enough to kill him.
私がブラックジャックに活路を見出すとよく考えられたわね
Actually, I plan to have Sovereign give you a book. one with a winning strategy in it. She recommends books that inspire her to everyone, even to the prisoners, so I thought she would definitely tell you too. What I didn't expect was that Sovereign feared you even more than I thought. But it's impressive that you were able to find the winning strategy through your own thinking. On the contrary, it's the opposite. It was because I found the strategy on my own. As my own surefire strategy. Of course I didn't doubt it. If it had been Sophia who told me about it, if things had gone slightly different, it wouldn't have turned out as the boy is saying.
ええ、貴様はうまくやったわ。素直に認めてあげましょう。さすがは私の見込んだ下僕なだけある。
But this is all just a product of coincidence.
私から財産を奪い取り、増強されたパコロシステムによってジュリアあたりを擁立し、地下からドブネズミごと抜け出そうと考えていたのでしょうけれどやっぱり飼い主には一手届かなかったわね。貴様の手下、炭鉱の元お仲間かしら。肉だるまたちがこの地下にパコルの段ボールを運び込んでいるでしょ。よく考えれば坊やは炭鉱夫だったものね。物を隠すならここ以外にはなかったのにね。
You're mistaken. It's not here.
あら、本人たちはそう言っていないようだけど、聞いてみる？
すまねえ、港。なぜか警備隊ともに見つかって、お前の指示を。やめて！助けて！
おやおや、あんまりやりすぎると死んでしまうわよ。
よせ。
私に命令するつもり？
As long as they are friends, the hostages have value.
やめてほしければ何をすればいいの？
Number 1310 has been broken over the course of years. The boy no longer has the strength to fight back. So as the one with a weapon, I won't lose. And the risk I'm taking is infinitesimal.
出なさい。貴様らをプリズン支配への水先案内人にしてあげるの。
Even though my leg is bad, I should be able to take these two half-dead creatures for a walk.
貴様が坊やを歩かせなさい。愛しの恋人とひっつけて嬉しいでしょ、ドブネズミ。
Number 1310 props the boy up with her shoulder, as he is no longer able to stand by himself. My walking speed is not fast, so this pace is just right. Why are you taking us out? Won't you need people who can move it? I won't let them walk behind me.
そうしたかったのだけれど、残念ながら筆頭が足腰立たなくなるまでボコボコにしてしまったみたいなのよ。
To make sure nothing strange happens,
図体のでかい肉だるまよりも死にかけの屍に道案内をさせた方が楽じゃない？
the mining tunnel is well lit, as long as the electricity is on. And that's because I made sure of it. When I visited the dam ward, there shouldn't be any dark places. But the mining tunnel stretched out like a beehive. As soon as you take a step inside, darkness engulfs you. I take out the high lumen flashlight and try to make the space brighter.
妙な気は起こさないことね。地上では何十という警備隊が完全武装して待機しているのだから。
My uniform has a GPS tracker. If something happens, I can call for help on the radio. And there's no way they can overpower us. And number 1310 tries to escape on her own. All I had to do is use the boy as a hostage.
修一郎。
If I just gave him a shot, his end would be swift. Almost there. Soon, I'll have 300 million parkour, a huge sum of money. With that, I can control the prison using the parkour system. No more struggling through life. I'll have wealth and power.
まだつかないのかしら。あまり時間がかかりすぎると、上のお仲間が無駄に苦しむことになるわよ。
Warden Mizushiro sells the high purity coal extracted from this mine and makes enormous profits. But we, Kanchicho, hardly benefit from it. It's such an unfair situation. Even though in reality, I'm the one managing the prison. Just a little further to our destination. I will expel the old pests and overcome all obstacles. I will stand at the pinnacle of Tula Prison. And finally, they come to a stop.
明かりをつけなさい。
Illumination comes from a cheap-looking light bulb hanging from the ceiling. It's just an ordinary area with nothing special except for an old minecart.
ここが
I hid the manuscript on the main line. The manuscript that I wrote together with her.
ああ、あのくだらない紙切れね。頑張って書いていたものね。でもそれも私が燃やしてしまったんだったわ。
Ah, that was delightful. To easily destroy something that the most annoying girl in the universe spent time making.
それは愉快で。思い出すだけでも笑えてくるわね。
Ah, that face. I like that face you make the most. For some reason, it makes me feel very relieved. Because everything else, I just hate. Ugh. The boy collapsed to the ground, completely devoid of strength.
修一郎
The boy seems to be struggling just to breathe. He must have exhausted all of his strength.
けれど、そんなことに構っていられるほど私は暇ではないのよね。早くトルコを動かしなさい。
The mechanism of the minecart is very simple. If one side goes down, the other side goes up. With the flip of a switch, the minecart starts moving.
これでようやく埋蔵パコルが手に入るわけね。よくもまあこんなものを見つけたものだわ。本当にご苦労なこと。コツコツと働きアリのように金を集め、巣穴に隠し、挙句は全て私に奪われるのだから。
But before that, I want to ask you again. Why did you take us with you?
だから言ったでしょ。入り組んだ炭鉱で対象を見失ったから貴様らに道案内を。
The minecart is moving slower than I thought it would. No, that's not it. The good thing about this system is if they have enough money pooled, anyone can take it over.
はあ
Where's the boy suddenly saying something like this? That's why anyone can become powerful, whether they're a prisoner, a guard, or a member of the Tokubetsu Keibitai. That's the reason why I'm trying to take the parkour from you, is it not? When you came to take the basis of that system, the parkour, I knew that you, who don't trust anyone, would never let anyone else join you here at the last.
なんですって。
If one of the members of the Tokubetsu Keibitai were here to use their sex appeal, she might be able to steal the hidden parkour from me. It wouldn't be likely, but it wouldn't be impossible. But it's strange that you didn't search the mine in the first place. If I had been hiding something in the mine, you would have found it after repeated searches. It must have been the first thing you thought of. It was easy to figure out that the boy was hiding the parkour in the underground, because 300 million parkour wouldn't fit in his anus. You have manpower. You have competent subordinates. But I never ordered my subordinates to search for it. Yet you couldn't search this place thoroughly. That's why I intentionally had the Tokubetsu Keibitai wait above instead of trailing me. If your guess happened to be wrong, you'd be exposing yourself to a huge risk. That's why even though I suspected it was underground, I couldn't threaten the boy until I had confirmation. That's why you couldn't threaten us like this. Because cheating carries risk for the side that wants to call it out as well. That's why I have no choice but to obtain it directly with my own hands.
だったら何だというのかしら。
But what does that mean?
そうだったところで、この場において何か意味があるというの？
Have avoided all risks and taken the necessary precautions to be here now. I made no mistakes. The light is getting closer.
貴様は私に全てを奪われ、地下へ逆戻りする以外に術はないのよ。
We're almost at our destination. Is that really true? Yes, it is. You really... The fact that the boy has been defeated, that's all there is to it. Are you really calm right now? It's getting absurd. I can't take it anymore. Everything that has happened so far. No matter what happens in the end, I will always win. It's all because of your inherent nature. Everything just serves as a means to that
こん
end.
なところにパコルはないぞ。
何？
Do it, Izumi! The sewer rat crouches down and covers both ears. And then the whole place. It all explodes spectacularly. The debris dance in the air. Ooh. Shards of rock fly and dust swirls everywhere. The lights go out, the flashlight is destroyed, and darkness sweeps in. Yugao lets out a voice, almost like a scream. That was just like a big fireworks show.
でもちょうどよかったみたいだ。修一郎も怪我してない。
Sincerely, thanks. And then I stand up. As long as a person has energy, they can still somehow move. Now is the time to use my last ounce of strength.
何を？どういうつもりで？
I trap you.
夏美、警備隊を連れて GPS のポイントまで来なさい。
It's useless. Mudada.
何を？今度は何をしたの？
We blew it
こ
up.
の炭鉱、ありとあらゆる通路をすべて。
Izumi has a special skill to do detonations without using up all the explosives.
夏美、夏美、返事をなさい。坂本、シミの誰でもいい。早く。
So she set out the leftover explosives instead of returning them. She set them in 48 locations. That's enough to block most paths in this
全
tunnel.
部通行止めだ。
It will take about a week to pick up the debris and restore the passages.
何を？
That is, if the miners cooperate. No one knows this coal mine better than she does. After all, she's been trapped underground for nearly 10 years. That's thanks to you, Yugao. Yugao crouches down with a shock, trembling violently. Her teeth clatter and she sweats profusely.
こんなところに私を閉じ込めたところで何かが変わるとでも。餓死する前に死にかけの坊やと小娘一人ひねり殺すなんてわけないのよ。
どうやって？
She frantically searches the area.
杖は私の杖はどこ？
Without her weapon, Yugao is helpless. She can't even stand up, let alone walk. And this is quite an appropriate place.
杖を返しなさい。
There was a meaning behind trapping you here.
杖を返せ。
Have you ever granted someone's request when they beg you like that?
杖を返して。
I hear you. I break it in half and throw it away. Why are you making that face? Saishu kara, you never trusted anyone.
何を？
That's why you couldn't use manpower to search the mine. If she had, it wouldn't have come to this. You couldn't send people to the underground where you couldn't go yourself, fearing the risk of them taking the hidden parkour for themselves. Yugao never showed herself in dark places. And the reason you couldn't search through dark tunnels alone, even the torture chamber was unnecessarily bright, was because you were scared. That's why Yugao tormented Izumi. Because she was truly scared of her. The Yami that resides in her right eye scared her. More than most people, in fact. Sumari, she is deeply afraid. of the darkness. So I will use that to my advantage. That's why I trap you in this prison of darkness. Until you completely surrender. Yami no prison or some shit, I don't even know. A prison named Dark Yami. Until you bow your head to us. I incarcerate you. That's Kino.
私をここまで誘導してわざわざ地下に落ちたのもこのために
I told you. I'll fucking crush you, baby. Being thrown into the underground was to see Izumi, and to make these preparations. Yugao pants heavily. Her shoulders heave as she desperately tries to take in oxygen.
もう降参した方がいい
You can try to prolong the battle, but you won't stand a chance. Sweating profusely, she tries to maintain her usual expression.
私は夕顔葉月よスムルネズミブネズミと野良猫なんぞに屈するわけがないでしょ
I see. Well, then there's no helping it. I turn around and Izumi nods. Then she places her hand on her long, grown-out fangs on the right side. She exposes her right eye! Her fucking genjutsu, man. Her eye evokes Yami. And it's the little spear in those who see it. Your eye is beautiful as always.
ありがとう
But it seems that there are people who find it terrifying. Even in the darkness, her right eye shines. Now that's some Renegun bullshit there. Izumi approaches Yugao. Yugao is on the verge of hyperventilating. Now, it's time for questions. Yugao kanchicho. She takes one step, then another. There's one more stock of dynamite planted here. It's set to explode right where this pile of rubble is.
近寄るなこの私に
There's no way for Yugao to retreat. There's nothing she can rely on here. If you don't want to die here, we can set it off.
早く起動させなさいこのまま死ぬつもりなんて元からないんでしょ
Well, that's not a bad idea either.
私は修一郎と一緒なら構わない
But until you die, this eye will always be fixed on you. Yugao knows. We're prepared to die here. We're risking our lives in this gamble. Izumi takes another step forward. If you don't really want to die, we can press the switch. Slowly, slowly.
近寄らないで
In exchange, I want you to pledge your lifelong loyalty to us.
そんなことを
Kneel before us and beg for our forgiveness.
私を見るな
And as proof of your loyalty, lick Izumi's feet.
見るな見るな見るな見るな
どちらか
私を見るなドブネズミ
We'll let you choose, Yugao! She crawls on the ground. It's as if she's trying to curl up and escape from their gaze. But with her last bit of strength, she manages to support herself with just her arms. It is also the last remnant of Yugao Hazuki's pride as a human. Will you die here? Or will you pledge your loyalty? Sa, Irabe. In that position, she lets out a groan. She lets out a pain scream as if struggling to come to terms with something. Perhaps it's the pride and dignity she has cultivated over the years, the thing that supported her here as a correctional officer. But now it no longer holds any meaning. Here, there's only Yami, and the person who commands it. And after letting out her final roar,
私は二人に一生の忠誠を誓います。
she kisses Izumi's feet, and with that, she completely crumbles. She crawls on the ground, tears streaming down her face.
もういいよ修一郎
Really? Honto? If you want, you can make us so the explosion doesn't work well, and we can have her like my ass. My asshole. She wants to detonate it again.
いいんだ私ちょっとすっきりしたよ
I see. That's good. I gave her the signal and both of us crashed out. Did I play the villain role well enough?
かっこよかったよ
Well then, Kyotsukete. Together we press the switch. And today, for the second time, big fireworks go off. Wait, I know we are in the middle of something cool, but I really need to go for take a little break. I'll be right back really quick. All right, I'm back. Okay, there you go. Because sometimes the OBS would hang for a while when I unpause the recording. Anyway, let's go. That was the end of it all. Since then, several weeks have passed. I actually wonder how they were able to convince Hazuki to keep her end of the bargain.
起きろ変態懲役ども牢から出て速やかに整列貴様ら変態どもは我々が時間を管理してやらねば何もできないグズなのだから我々に感謝するように
I guess it's time to get up. Upon hearing the voice of Officer Yamagishi, I wake up and line up in front of myself.
変態進め
Following the command, we start marching. And then I return to my cell. My life has gone back to normal like that. Oh, Slipper Fairy. Randomly just walking beside our bro.
はい今日は卵と鶏のそぼろご飯にビャーして食べる汁も残さないエビどっち
Ah, Saburo no Don, man. I like that shit. A, please. I come to the cafeteria like I always do, receiving my meal on a tray.
おう修一郎こっちだこっち
Yeah, also. Yo. I sit down at the table and chat with my friend. I never thought that this life would become my daily routine.
やっぱり食堂の飯が一番うめえってわけよ
Yeah. Being away for a little over a month, I started craving this barley rice like crazy. Once Asagon is over, it's time to start the prison work. However, as a mediator, I'm still exempt from specific labor assignments in the workshops. Of course, there have been some changes. Hello. No matter where I walk in the prison, no matter what time it is, no matter how I'm dressed, the guards never find a fault with me. I can go wherever I want and do whatever I want.
地下に落ちたって噂は嘘だったのか。なんで全部
So there's no need to wear clothes anymore. What the fuck?
こんなところに見知らぬ全裸の囚人がいる
Wherever we go, we will no longer be punished.
やめときなさいあの囚人はね
We can walk around as if it's our own backyard.
0720番
一体どういうつもりでこんなところにいる？
I sit in front of this person. Sovereign. I just love Sovereign, man.
今は刑務作業中だろう。ジャケットの着用を義務付けられていることを忘れたのか？検診所に行ってないのか？
Sincerely
お
sorry.
前というやつはたるんでいるんじゃないのか？いくら懲罰棒が手違いであったとはいえふぬけているぞ。気をつけろ。あと最低でも服くらい着ろ。人間としての尊厳を保て。
But it's amusing that there's still at least one person who has no idea what happened. I think to myself. It's Sovereign, man. I can't wait for the next route. Please continue to stay just like you are.
まあそのつもりだかな。
With a face that shows she doesn't understand. I love Sovereign, man. Sophia
こっ
leaves.
てりと絞られたみたいだな。
Kukitani-san, how's the work
も
going?
う昼前の休憩だよ。年寄りは時間の流れが早い。今日もあっという間だ。このままじゃ気づいたら棺桶で寝てそうで怖い。
I hate that's how I feel. He lights a cigarette and sits down.
まさかここまでやるとは思わなかった。
Yeah, it's a good thing. It's good that things worked out. It has been a while since the last song. Kukitani-san, we haven't had the chance to meet or even see each
お
other.
かげで俺はとんでもなく儲けたよ。
That's good. It's my way of repaying you for teaching me so
普
much.
通でいいんだがね。普通で。普通って言えばお前さんの方が普通じゃなくなった。
You're right. I might not be normal.
チューリッププリズンで一番パコルを持っている男だ。
That's right.
その莫大な資産の前に看守どもは一切発言権をなくしちまった。
I bribed them, and I let the noisy one wins some at the casino, so they're not too much
お
trouble.
かげでお前さんは誰にも縛られなくなった。
Well, there are still people like Sovereign. Yeah, well, at least, you know what? Sovereign just let you, even though he's fucking naked, she just let him do whatever the fuck he wants almost. She still reprimands him, but she left him alone this way. She left him alone naked. Oh well.
違いない。あの人だけは別格だ。馬鹿正直にも程がある。パコル制度なんて気づいてもないんじゃないか。
But having people like her around, that's a good thing. I mean, didn't Sovereign win like 100 million parkour or some shit? Right? She's parkour rich at least. But not like Suichiro level rich.
ああ。お前さんを説教できる人間だって、ここには一人くらい必要だもんな。
We exchanged goodbyes with our
それ
fists.
じゃな。お前さんに会えてよかった。
What do you mean it was good seeing you? Is someone leaving the prison? What? As always, I'm below. Ikugitani-san is above. Yeah, same. That's fine, I think to myself. After that extremely weekend, I returned to the service for the first time in a long time. I've taken control of the prison. All of it.
ってこと？
I'm saying, all your prison are belong to. That's an ancient joke, man. I haven't seen this meme. I was there when I was created.
は？文章になってないですよ。
Just that Julia, as promised, protected me from the KBTI when they surrounded us.
はい。ということで、指揮権は吾妻ジュリアに移行しましたからね。今後は私の言うことを聞いてくださいな。
It seems that cut the tension. It's all over. Or as they say, oh, what the?
大丈夫か、修一郎。
Even if I die, please don't dress me in funeral clothes.
はあ、
Bury me or burn me naked.
早くお医者さん。
Afterwards, I was transported to the medical ward.
よーし、問題なし。
I received constant care from Higuchi Sensei for about a week, but I've completely recovered.
さすがに若いな。みるみる良くなる。あとはたくさん食べていっぱい寝れば大丈夫そうだね。
It seems I lost about 50 kilograms, but I think it's surprisingly how quickly I recovered. I mean, well, I think those 15 kilograms is pure muscle because he used to work in the mines and shit, but Arigatou gozaimashita. Today I came here because she has to check on my progress.
和屋選手権世界グランプリウィナー
Yatta! I received a very, very honorable award.
自分が死ぬかもしれないところに一旦落ちてから勝利する作戦を考えるって他の人にはあんまりできないよ。
It was the most logical plan. There was no other way for me to escape, so I didn't think it was wrong. And it was very efficient.
まあそういうこともあるのかな。今回は結果だけ見たら君にとって良いものだったし。だから先生からのお話はなしにしとこう。よく頑張りましたね、修一郎さん。
I'm disappointed since I like hearing what Higuchi sensei has to say.
はい、アメちゃんどっちだ？
I point to her right hand, and it is correct. The ame today is sweet and delicious. That signals the end, and I stand up.
ちょっと待って。
Unusually, Higuchi sensei calls out to me.
先生はいつでもずっとここにいるから。だから何かあったらまたイム島まで来てね。
Okay. Higuchi sensei smiles as she always does. Gambling with parkour is still a popular event in the prison. Currently, the gambling dens is open on weeknights from 8 to 10 o'clock. No one complains if it goes a little past 10 o'clock. The games always end at midnight, but the excitement never dies down.
やはり一度足を洗ってもギャンブルに惹かれた者はやめることなどできない。
Jesus Christ, Himeru. Jesus Christ, Himeru. It doesn't matter if you're a guard or prisoner. Parkour is currently flourishing. Sorry I'm late. Hana Marin is in charge of running the gambling den. She started as a dealer, but now she's even teaching others how to play dice and cards.
おっと、こりゃ大将。いえいえ、全然。相変わらず儲けの方は順調ですね。
Well, it's interesting that she has a much more interesting relationship here with Minato than the other route. In the other route, she was the Miko of Julia, and here she's obviously, you know, she's only in for the money, but like, you know, they're at a position that they're amicable. I mean, she would straight up betray him if she had the chance or some shit, as long as she gets more money. You know, she's very simple like that. You never changed, do you? Her personality was always a bit shady, so it seems to suit her well. I was told you were short-staffed. This is a new recruit. Make good use of her. In a way, Kusumori was the person who moved the most like I expected her to. I'm actually thankful for what she did, so I had no intention of holding a grudge. But Kusumori fears me more than necessary, so I decided to play along with her fears.
今後は私がうまく使ってやりますからね。仲良くしましょうよ、草森さん。
It's like the It's like the Avengers of Scum. So exciting.
言うほどそうか。
Tsurumiyashi. Oh, I saw her out next. There are many familiar faces in the gambling den.
よう港見ろ、こんなにルーレットが出るとは日頃の行いが出たってもんよ。
Warman, how are you feeling?
もうビンビンだ。たかだか骨が折れた程度、少し寝りゃ治る。他の敗因はもう少しかかりそうだがな。じきに鳥羽に顔出すって言ってた。
That's good to hear. I had given instructions to let those who helped us win a little.
それからな、港。頼まれてた地下のあれ、もうじき完成するぞ。
Really?
ケーブルの件が面倒だったがな。チェーンおじのやつ、外じゃ電気技師だったらしくて、サクッとなんとかしちまった。
Please tell him I said sincerely thanks. The system doesn't make everyone happy. It takes advantage of the weak and create losers. But I thought it would be nice if at least those who know about it could enjoy their life in prison.
大将、なんかパコルが足りなくなりそうで、在庫が欲しいと言われていて。
Wakata. I'll go get some. And so I board the ship. Prisoners cannot leave the island without permission. but I no longer have such restrictions. I disembark on Ukunjima. Please, I don't want to cut. My destination is the basement of the church.
あら修一郎ちゃんよく来ましたねちょうどいいタイミングでした
Waiting for me is Sister Julia.
パコルプールの受け取りですね少し待っていてくださいね
I knew it was risky to keep the parkour stash hidden underground. That's why I needed a safe place to move it to at the last moment. The basement of Ukunjima was the perfect place for that. My only concern was whether I could trust Sister Julia. Thank you for protecting it.
ただ置いていただけですからねリスクもないし感謝されるようなことではありませんよ
I see. Then let me say this. Thank you for not betraying me. There was no need for Sister Julia to protect the stash. The system functions no matter who uses it, so there was no need for her to help me. It would have been easier for her to sacrifice me, prisoner number 0720, and control the facility while imprisoning me underground.
そんなことしませんよ第一あなたがいなければ徐々に資金を没収されてシステム自体が消滅していたかもしれません
I wonder about that.
はいどうぞ
She hands me one of the stacked cardboard boxes. The other boxes are her personal belongings. Are you really going?
えもうこのプリズンでできる布教活動には限度がありますからね
Oh, that's interesting. So Julia decides to quit being a prisoner guard. That's interesting. I mean, she has the money to do whatever the fuck she wants anyway. Well, considering in Taika's route she was in prison, we didn't see what happened. We didn't see her state at that point, but like, I don't know. I wonder what happened. You do. What about the Tokubetsu Keibitai and the role of the coordinator?
それならソフリンちゃんにやらせればいいじゃありませんかもうシステムは確立していますしポンコツでもできますよ
By the way, I think that's something because she decided to strip. What the fuck?
待ちなあの女をクビにする約束は。いいえ、それも必要なくなったんです。
なぜ？
どうしてもやめたくないと言われて。
Whether she wants to quit or not, we had the power to force
いい
her.
んです。そこまで言われたら私も本意ではありません。なら甘い蜜をすれる立場になった方が幾分マシです。それに2つの元凶が去るのであればそこまでここも悪くない。
Huh?
はいでは決定ですね
What does she mean two main culprits? What is she talking about? Anyway, we'll find out in Kurobayashi's route, isn't it? And I'm actually surprised the outcome for Julia here. And it wasn't as big. I thought she had like a bigger role, like the same level of a role as she did with Yugao in Taika's route, but is this goodbye?
寂しくなるなとか言ってくれないんですか
Yo, she's wearing a casual getup. Holy shit. Oh my god. I never seen. Oh, that looks nice. Honestly, I'm relieved. In the end, I couldn't fathom the depths of Sister Julia's true nature. I had no idea what she was thinking or what her intentions were with her actions.
あらパコルを預けてくれたのは私への信頼だと思っていたんですけどね
That was a gamble. I don't know what Sister Julia was thinking. So in the end, I took a gamble. And that gamble played out in my favor.
ということは筆記私は信じられていなかったんですね悲しいですおいおい
Oh, she cries the same matter as Onechan. What the fuck? Sister Julia picks up a large load of her belongings. It's time to say goodbye. You didn't trust me either, did you?
私は信じていましたよ
And as we pass each other,
だってあなたは私と同じ人種ですものね修一郎ちゃん
which is something they also talked about in Taika's route, so this is consistent. But I wish they used the cliche line, "You and I are not so different after all. Anyway, she whispers in my ear.
それじゃあまたどこかでどうか神のご加護があらんことを。
Sayonara. Sister Julia swiftly leaves with a remarkable grace. Wait, what does that mean? She leaves Ukonjima to him or some shit? What the hell? Anyway, or like he's just there to just retrieve the entire remaining parkour or some shit. But that's a very interesting outcome for Sister Julia in this route. Very interesting. Anyway, I spend the rest of the time with the Kumicho and Kurubiyashi. There's still some small details to discuss regarding the management of the parkour system.
最近はがめつい監視も多くなってきたな。すぐに足元見て要求してきやがる。
The Kumicho, as charismatic as ever, runs the entire prison. The reason everyone still maintains a sense of tension as prisoners is largely due to her firm control.
そういうやつは手元不如意な人間だと決まっています。カジノで絞り取ってやりましょう。
And now that the numbers are astronomically large, Kurubayashi's presence is indispensable. How disappointed I couldn't make Sovereign quit.
まあそうですね。私の目指していたものとは正直だいぶ大きなズレがあるんですが。
Next round, by the way, guys. Next round, we'll find out what's the whole deal with these two.
おいおい話し合っていきますよ。おいおいね。何せ時間はたっぷりありますから。
I see. I don't quite understand, but I feel good about it. Because Kurubayashi's smile is so refreshing.
そういえばボン、かんぴょう女がその後どうなったか聞いたかい？
Just that she's still in the hospital. That's about it. That's about all. I don't know the details of how Yugao is doing now. After the incident, she was mentally and physically exhausted, so she's been hospitalized for a while. Alright, okay, they really got her to her physical, her mental extremes, man. Like, it happened, you know. I mean, honestly, because I was worried about like whether she would keep her end of the bargain, like she could, like, you know, eventually recover mentally. But I guess, well, I know she has PTSD from her parents using her for insurance fraud and her getting a limp leg and all. But you know, damn, I didn't expect her to be so mentally crushed. I guess she's the type of person who, well, we kind of know this from Taika's route, that she's the type of person with a tough exterior but like soft inside ish. You know, she never shows her soft inside. But you know, for her, like, since we know that's the kind of person she is, you know, she just breaks down entirely. I didn't expect that. Entirely broken down.
それがな、特別警備隊の筆頭って部下がつきっきりで看病してるそうだよ。
Huh?
そいつが大層凶暴らしくて、まともにお見舞いにも行けないそうですよ。
I see.
あいつ自身は人のことを信用していなかったようだが、他の人が役行をどう思っていたかはわからねえってことか。
Well, you can see that in Taika's. Oh, we already finished that route. Okay.
やれやれ、まったく。やっぱり人間っていうのは不思議なもんだよな、ボン。
That's right. Ningen truly are mysterious beings. That's probably why they can be so interesting. And before I know it, the evening break is over. It's almost 7 o'clock. It's time for everyone to gather in the cafeteria. But I have no intention of going there anymore. Yeah. I turn around and look at the two of them. I finished everything I needed to do here, so there's no reason for me to stay. So I'm leaving the rest to you.
簡単に言ってくれますね。
しかと引き受けた。面倒事はこっちに任せておきなよ。
Sincerely thanks. I bow deeply. Please, come and visit sometime. We still haven't fulfilled our promise to make a game together with everyone.
あ、そのうちにな。 ええ、楽しみにしていますよ。
I nod and get on the elevator. It takes a little time for the doors to
まあ
close.
ボン。てめえ、この島が炭鉱時代になんて呼ばれてたか知ってるかい？
The Kumicho asked me this.
どこからでも船がつけて上陸できる島。至る所から人が訪れ、栄えさせていく島。
Get ready for Kino shit, okay? If you remember. Kurobayashi continues the conversation.
それを称えて、港島と呼ばれていたそうですよ。
Did you guys kneel? Did you say Bravo Nolan there? Minatojima?
そして今、ここはすでに港の島だよ、ボン。
Minatojima. Minatoshima. Whatever. That's right. This place is already where I belong. And so silently I descend to the place where Minato Shuichiro belongs. Ah, Tadaima, Isumi. I hold down my billowing skirt as I stand on the deck of the ship, which is creating large splashes. The horizon, which I haven't seen in a long time, is so beautiful that I can't help but raise my voice.
こんなところにしゅうちゃんはいるんだな。
My Oto has been in the facility they call Tula Prison for a few years now. I was told that I couldn't visit him all this time, but finally I received the permission to do so.
カメラ持ってきたらよかったな。いきなりだったからペットホテル探すのでいっぱいいっぱいだったけど。
I didn't know there was such a. Oh, well, okay, it's kind of. I can imagine. Pet hotel, yeah. Okay, yeah. I don't know. I don't have a pet, so I never had to worry about that. Eventually, I will have a pet, so I'm like, oh. Okay, anyway, that's random. The visitation date was decided just 5 days ago. I quickly got the tickets and managed to book a flight. It's about a 2-hour flight from Tokyo. From the airport to the city, it takes 40 minutes by taxi, and then a 45-minute boat ride. Maybe it's because of the air on the plane, but I started coughing lightly. If my Ototo sees me like this, he'll worry unnecessarily. But this is my first time on a big ship, so I can't help but get excited. Oh yeah, she's very sickly, by the way, if you guys didn't know. This must be a ferry for family members visiting the prison. However, I don't see any other passengers besides me.
久しぶりだから会うのが楽しみだな。
Two, I wonder how you've been since then. Have you grown taller? Has your face changed? Do you have an exhausted expression in your face from all the hardships? As your Onesan, it would make me happy if you matured a little. But as long as you're healthy and well, there's nothing more I can ask.
お客様、まもなく目的地のチューリッププリズンへと到着いたします。よろしければこちらにお座りください。
Yo, our guy is a boat attendant. Maybe at this point he's already out, but he's just like happy to help, you know.
ありがとうございます。
Unless this is truly his extension of his power or some shit. I mean, at the end of Taiga's route, he was also free, but he decided, but you know, because he was now a member of the Hataigumi. Anyway, thanks to the small chair they provided me, I've been able to wait for our arrival at the front of the ship.
わあ、面白い形の素敵な島だな。
Tula Prison, as seen from the outside, has a very strange silhouette. Come to think of it, I heard that it was built on top of a former coal mine, with a means of land reclamation and expansion. So that might be the reason for its shape.
到着いたしました。上陸はこちらからです。さあ、どうぞ。
He slowly guides me and helps me get off. But my coughing won't stop, so I can't walk too fast.
すみません、他のお客さんもいるのに。
いいえ、問題ございませんよ。本便は湊ひな子様専用チャーター便でございますから。
When I climb up the pier and get onto the island, there's a wide field in front of me.
面会の方でございましょうか。
はい、私、湊修一郎の姉でして、湊ひな子と申しまして。
存じております。長旅、誠にご苦労様でありました。
Bro, Himuro is so... oh my god, the prison really is his property at this point, man. What the hell? Even Himuro was so like, you know... The young female prisoner guard greeting me bows deeply. It's a bit too formal. It makes me feel awkward.
それでは、面会場所までの足をご用意いたします。
ああ、大丈夫ですよ。お散歩がてらに歩きでも。
いえ、お姉様は心臓が悪いので、くれぐれも長時間歩かせないようにと言いつかっておりますので。
Oh, they finally explained her condition. They never explained her condition. Ah, so she has a heart condition. All we know before this is she has a condition.
いえ、病気も良くなってますし、走るようなことでもない限り。
Oh shit, this reminded me of another VN. Oh, that other VN's Kino. Anyway.
失礼いたします。1-2-1-2-1-2-1-2
What the hell? The prison guard suddenly piggybacks me and starts running.
私、面会で、ここの囚人の。
Could she have mistaken me for someone important? It's not normal to do all this for the visiting family of a prisoner, is it?
だから、
But she is running desperately, as if there will be punishment waiting if she's even a little bit late. I find it kind of fun and started laughing. I've come to think that sometimes things like this aren't so bad. I have confidence in how calm I am in my line of work.
ここってタブレットの電波が届くんだ。だったらわざわざダウンロードしてこなくてもよかったかな。ちまちゃんとルーちゃんの写真。二人の写真見たら、しゅうちゃんもきっと喜んで。
We arrive in front of an elevator, but I don't see any indication that it's connected to the building. It's more like, how should I put it? It's like the kind of huge elevator that would lead down to a mine shaft.
こちらです。お乗りください。
何かの間違いですよね。
いいえ、間違いではございません。こちらに全裸マン様は。
Sennawan-sama. Sennawan-sama. I have no idea what's going on anymore.
どういうこと？
I am completely clueless. Sennawan-sama. Jesus Christ. This is a gigantic shelter built underground, a massive prison stretching down 1,200 meters, and here our paradise exists. In this underground, there is nothing lacking. Here, Kohi.
ありがとう。根詰めすぎてたみたい。
All our basic needs are taken care of. Even luxuries like Kohi and Ocha are not
タイ
missing.
ピングってまだ慣れないな。思ったよりも時間がかかる。
You can take your time. The space is equipped with computers of all kinds, with keyboards, mice, and speakers in abundance. There are guest rooms for visitors, and a bar, counter, billiards table, and karaoke room are also available. By the way, Izumi, there's someone I want you to meet today.
覚えてるよ。
I think she's almost here.
修一郎のお姉さん、会うの楽しみだな。
It's good to see that she's also wearing the standard outfit. I could do anything I need to. I can even exchange parkour for cash and rent a huge cruise ship. Even the guards are in my command with a gesture.
でも私のこと認めてくれるかな。
Of course, it'll be fine.
本当？私犯罪者だ。
The same goes for me.
こちら殺人。
I exposed myself. So it's not it's so not that different. Okay, bro.
そうかな。
So it'll definitely make my Onecha accept you. Accept the existence of my wonderful lover, Karashi. Koibito. And tell her that we're planning to have a child.
うん。家族の許可大事だもんね。
Yes, this is the lonely shelter made in the underground of the prison. But at the same time, it is also a utopia. A place only the two of us, unconnected to the surface. With the construction of this paradise, my plan, the little prison project has been completed in its entirety.
じゃあこれ書き上がったら準備するね。
And so we obtained it. Eternal tranquility where we would never be threatened, and time to be alone
お
together.
めかししなきゃだ。お化粧とあと修一郎が買ってくれたお洋服。
I want to get used to the crowds a little more. It might be nice to try going to a shop instead of online
お
shopping.
買い物デートか。楽しそうだ。やろうやろう。
Bro, the fact, I mean, they already have an interconnection, but like, you know. She carefully types on the keyboard. The file is called PESP Story Chapter 7. It's finally restored.
うん。書き直したりしてたからずいぶん時間がかかっちゃったな。
The story that was once burned has finally been restored, and has been polished and refined. The story ends with a scene where Sorry, my brain died for a second there. Why is my brain dying? Big Hanabi goes off. What's the reaction like?
うん。なんか SNS で話題になったみたいでコメントがほらたくさんついてる。
The shelter is equipped with high-speed internet, of course. With the press of a button, the reactions to what we've created can be transmitted from all over the world.
私褒められてる。大切にされてる。褒められるの嬉しい。
This is my arrogant creator, guys. There truly is nothing lacking here, except for the one thing I've lost. Amatsu-kun disappeared. By the time I realized it, he had to stop talking, and I couldn't have conversations with him anymore. It felt like a part of me had disappeared somewhere.
それはね、きっと君が大人になったってことなんだよ、修一郎。
Isumi, who is a little older than me, said that. Maybe I've grown up. That's possible.
私も少しでも大人になってたらって思ってたんだけど。
When you become an adult, there are probably things you lose too.
ここまで大人になるとはお姉ちゃん思わなかったな。
But now Izumi is filling the hole that was left by his disappearance.
別世界の人になっちゃって。もうお姉ちゃんは必要じゃないんだね、しゅうちゃん。
Hinako's already crying. If she's here with me, I don't need anything else.
私もだ。君のいるところだけが私の居場所だよ。
That is the answer to everything. Yes, Izumi. What happens in the story after the Hanabi? I sit beside her, leaning in close as I ask.
そんなの決まってるよ。
Izumi gently leans back against me.
全部が全部ハッピーエンドだ。
She speaks those beautiful words to me.
The peace that fits into my heart 真っ暗な闇を照らす光になって音になって開いた自分はもういない未来だって変えられるそんな声の優しさも胸を打つ無邪気さも全部秘密さ空の見える場所にたどり着いたらまたここで思い出そうね
All right, we're gonna start the after story immediately. Normally I would cut it, but now
変態プリズン
we're gonna go straight to it. Then we're gonna also start Chisato's route, only for an hour, because I had to sleep early. It's already 8:50, so we're just gonna do 1 hour Chisato's route. That will be a different upload though. So, and this is my kanajo.
誠によろしくお願いいたします。ああ、これはどうもご丁寧に。
The two of us bow deeply. I want to marry her. Kekkon. I was thinking, could you be the go-between for us? Or can you not do it because you're unmarried? Warida Hinako. Hinako Ne-san remains rigid, holding a gift box.
ねえ、ちょっと待って。
どうした？
お姉ちゃんあんまり頭が追いついてないのね。仕方ないよね。来たばっかりだものね。
Do you need an oxygen tank?
いい、大丈夫。だからまずは近況報告とかそういう簡単なところから教えてほしいなって。
I like how Himeru is just a beck and call. He just snaps his finger and Himeru just shows up. Oh my god. Maybe I rushed things a bit.
そうそう。しゅうちゃん、今はどんな刑務作業をしてるの？
I'm the ruler. I'm the ruler. Over the course of several years, the parkour system has developed significantly. Currently, the parkour system circulates in all prisons, and cashing it out has become much easier. It was the result of Sister Julia introducing parkour actively in other prisons. Wow. Wow. Sister Julia. A real one. Oh my god. Sister Julia, a real one. What the hell? Oh my god. The cooperation of Warden Mizushiro was also crucial. Oh, okay. Well, considering that how Hazuki lost so hard and Mizushiro was totally cool with like him taking over the prison. Like she said it herself even before like the whole thing. It seemed that the warden has always dreamed of dismantling the existing prison system. Huh, that is very interesting. I'm actually much more curious about her whole deal. That's very interesting. In exchange for accepting various conditions, she guaranteed our freedom. So life here is without any inconvenience. I know you were worried about my future, but I've grown up to be a respectable person. Seeing how much I've grown, Hinako Ne-san seems happy too. Still can't believe it. In the prison, I met my beloved partner. This is her.
黒金いすみです。改めまして。ああ、改めまして。弟さんとこの度はご結婚させていただきたくお招きいたしました。
All Onesan's concerns has been resolved. That's why I invited her to assure her that everything is in perfect order.
結婚って籍を入れるってことよね。
Will you allow it?
それはいつぐらいの
We want to get married right away. She was asking when.
結納の準備とかって
Oh wait, okay, I didn't understand that. I understand that there may be concerns because we are both prisoners.
両親に挨拶とか
I know that. She was asking how you guys met. But it really is. But is it really impossible? My Onesan is reluctant to agree.
やっぱり私が呪われてるから
That's not true. If my Onesan talks to them for us, I'm sure they'll understand.
喋る隙がない
Anyway, not being able to get approval from their families is a common obstacle for couples who want to be together. We need to show that we're fully prepared. How's shaberu mean again? Wait. I really wanted to search that right now. What the hell's wrong with me? He doesn't want to talk or something? It says to talk in a casual, informal setting, so okay. Nai, it means not to talk. Anyway. We need to show that we're fully prepared.
絶対結婚したいって覚悟だね
We need to show a level of determination that will satisfy her.
すごい声出た待ってそれじゃあ心配事もなくなったことだしそろそろ私は家に帰ろうかな猫たちも心配だし
Bro. She watched the whole thing. Oh my god. They were asking her permission. Can I release it inside so we can make a akachan and shit? There was a lot of character dialogue. I felt that was so important, but they threw it in the middle of a bonus scenario sex scene. What the fuck? Let me hear my favorite line.
Beautiful
Hinako! Jesus Christ. Of course, the context to that was... So base. You don't have to worry about that.
チマルえなんでここにいるのどういうことね猫だかわいいななんでそんなこと
Because now that we're finished reporting to our family, the next thing is the wedding, right?
待ってダメだよ私仕事あるし配信はここでもできるけどアクター用のスーツとかも家だから
Don't worry. Oh, what did she mean live stream? I anticipated this, so I created a motion capture facility in a streaming environment. Yo, it's Agatsu with Julia. What's up? It cost about 25 million. It was pretty cheap. But this guy's so fucking rich. Having gone all this effort, I want my family to be here to share our happiest moment. Wait, why is Agatsu with Julia his avatar? And a pure white kimono, sorry, would be perfect with Izumi's white hair. And having my Onesan here will make life underground more fun.
お姉ちゃんずっと欲しかったそれだから嬉しいです
Bro, she lives here now.
悪い気はしないけどでも
She has her neko and the working environment here. Everything she needs. There's no reason for her to not like it. I've grown up, haven't I? It seems like our life underground will continue for a while.
変態プリズン。
Wait a second. When did they say that his Onesan was a streamer? Not just that, a VTuber. I was like, wait, she works as a streamer, but not just any streamer. He mentioned motion capture device, and I'm like, oh, a VTuber. I really don't remember, but maybe it was mentioned in the middle of the route. Wait, what the fuck? Or did they just randomly just dumped it there? And I'm like, wait, what? She works as a what? All right, that is Izumi's route. Ah, Izumi. We don't use Chisato. This is like H2O all over again when we talk about the real Hotaru. Anyway, that is Izumi's route, and yeah, I am going to do some cuts, and I'm gonna upload, and immediately we're gonna start Kuruyashi's route. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoy watching, and I'll see you guys in Kuruyashi's route. Ciao.
雨の音が窓叩くベッドの中で